one of the things he said when we were just talking was he said, people don't understand nothing but power. He said, you're up here talking about right and wrong and good and bad and who shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what they didn't do us right and they doing us dirty. He said, people respect power. If you don't know, we've been reading Powernomics books for years, and we are now moving on to a man that I think represents Black pride at its finest, Marcus Garvey. And one thing that my reading of his book has done for me is it's made me wonder if Black pride has gone out of style, right? And I think Marcus Garvey is great for the next step in the book club because Garvey did not play that. He literally he I think he should be like a self-esteem coach for the Black community because he would literally say, get up, you mighty race. You are supposed to be great. You're supposed to be extraordinary, and that's the vibe we're gonna be on for a while. Like, well, where is it that we can have a message like this over 100 years ago that tells us to value books and knowledge and reading? And there's some people out here where you can't get them to pick up a book nearly as fast as you can get them to pick up a beer, or you know, or even get them to want to engage in any sort of learning, right? Sometimes they just know that if they put it in a book, we ain't gonna go get it, right? He's white. And I just remember being very confused by that because I said, "What is it about being white that means if I'm smart, I gotta be white now?" Are you saying that if I want to be black, I gotta be ignorant? I think there are some people who believe that if you are black, that being black means you have to be ignorant. That being ignorant is the only way to be black, or being broke means you have to be, or they'll compare. They go into like the struggle Olympics where they'll say you didn't have a real black experience because you ain't never been through nothing. And so if you grow up and you say, well, actually, I had, parents that paid the bills and we were fine and I was safe and my parents stayed together and everybody was loved, and they will tell you that you didn't have a real black experience. There are literally people who will think that if you are black and you are not going through hell, you are not black enough. You are not really black. So I would say what I like about Garvey is he's basically talking about knowledge, that knowledge is power. And so if you ever feel that the black community is not powerful, is not as powerful as we could be, or if you feel like we are victims and we're being victimized by powerful people, then I think part of the question you should ask yourself is why don't we have any power? And the power is in a book, the power is in knowledge. So why are we not pursuing knowledge with every ounce of energy that we have?